Ek Onkar Satguru Prasad. 22nd June 2024, 8:05 p.m. and if I can find my Notion tab, setting up ITK24 Premiere sample, which I haven't done, Mogurt's 4K, and then camera null follows After Effects script. One additional thing I worked on is portfolio update blog posts. So if I was to show you my portfolio right now, one thing is this website is made using Wix, so sometimes it works very responsively like how it did now, but sometimes it doesn't. So the gist of this portfolio page right now, there is, wait, is that still working? Okay, it does. So that's good to know. So my idea behind making this portfolio the way it is right now is because earlier on, like a couple of years back or so, I had this thing that I want to showcase as much work as I have done to a potential client or something. So I have put in everything here. Like you see this motion design tab is like all the like high complexity work that I've done, and the CGI VFX. I've been updating it over time, but there is no like structure to it as such. And you see there is everything I have done, I've put it into here, which I mean, these are very good videos in themselves if you were to sit and watch them, like motion graphics, character animation, even video edits. But it's just time for me to get over this phase because I really don't care now about showing, look, I've done this. I just want to make sure that I show exactly the very cream of the mountain, basically speaking. So I have to really update it, but I don't want to just be it like, you know, bunch of YouTube playlists that you just watch. I want to have like a Behance kind of thing where you click on this and then you will get information about it and like BTS and stuff like that. So if I can show, I did work a little bit on, and I was working on, I think I can go to blog post from here. Yes, blog posts, and should be the SensorProx reveal video in drafts. This. So this is basically the structure I'm trying to go for, that there will be, of course, like this only, there'll be like blocks like these, but you click on that and that leads you to another page. So the way you do that in Wix is through a blog. So each one of these is going to be a post. You click on that and there's going to be the video, then 3D modeling, spiral bristles, head. This is specific to this particular video, but underneath these I want like images or videos or GIFs which are showcasing like the BTS of what is happening. If it's about modeling, I can have the brush here with the wireframe on, so somebody can, okay, this guy knows modeling. For spiral bristles, I can have like, basically I want to be a lot more informative, and the person who's watching it should be like, okay, this guy knows what he's made. It's not like random or something. So I'm gonna do this for all the major videos that I've made in the past 3 or 4 months and call my portfolio, like right now it's, I don't know what, like if you go to the home, it says motion designer and then it'll go 2D, 3D animator. I want to just say 3D generalist and call it ready, because that's, if I want to apply it to at some point in one of those studios or anything, it's just easier. Like all this motion design stuff, I can just actually remove it. So that is the first thing. The second thing is setting up ITK24. Here I haven't really made any progress, but I will show you my After Effects Mogrt here. So this Mogrt, it comes as a super understanding blueprints. I have just made the composition size 4K because now we're doing 4K, and I have to work on I don't know, I can just export this Mogrt straight away, but the other ones like the pointer and everything, they need a little more work in terms of, I want a little more flexibility, which is what I was seeing in yesterday's edit. So there is still work to be done there. There's one thing I want to showcase here is this After Effects project. So this video I worked on like 2 days back or something. I'm just going to play a little bit of it so you get an idea. And we have desktop audio recording.
What are blue chip stocks? Blue chip stocks are shares of well-established companies.
Just decrease it a little bit. Yeah.
What are blue chip stocks? Blue chip stocks are shares of well-established companies with history of reliable performance and stable growth. Why invest in blue chip stocks? Investment in blue chip stocks is considered to be safe due to their financial.
So you get the basic idea. It's kind of like your classic After Effects move around your camera in your 2D canvas kind of videos. And the thing here is that I've done it through keyframes and it's very manual. Like I've entered minus 1080, minus 1080 by 2, 920 and stuff like that here. So I worked on making a similar video I had made on the channel before where I put it on a camera, but this time I put it on a null layer. and everything is parent to the null layer, so that acts as a camera only. So now what happens is here, when you say there are markers on this, right, when it is
What
at
are
okay, when the marker says B here, we are at the base, which is the center of the composition. But when you say UL, it is going to move in such a way that it's going to go here directly. And so this is a keyframe-less approach, where this is U, and if I have B here again, it will take how much ever this duration is, 0.5, so half a second to come back to this point. So I can go here and I can come back, and then there are more. So there is L, and I haven't defined it properly, so it's going to the right. And it is actually defined properly, but the thing with doing it this way, where you don't have a camera but you have a null layer and all the other layers are parented to that null layer, it is kind of like a lateral inversion. So if you want to go up left, you want the null to go down right, so then it will feel like the camera is going in that direction. So that's just the thing there. And yeah, I will just show you how this expression works, because it's very, very powerful. I will tap double E on this will open up. So again, for this I have already documented once on the channel. The video is called, it is this video right here, no keyframe, move 3D camera anywhere on the canvas using only markers. The idea remains the same. The code is also more or less the same. I will just walk through it a little bit. So we start with a bigger if condition, which is if marker.num keys is greater than 0, then you do this. If not, if there are no markers, then you simply retain else transformed position.value, which is retain the position. Okay, so then we have m is equal to marker dot nearest key time index. Okay, cmt is marker time. Then anim in, anim out is referring to these sliders here, so that I can dynamically change how much time it takes for the camera movement to happen. If m is greater than 1, I have explained this in that video. So basically this else condition is important, because when we are looking at the first marker, there will be no previous marker. So if m is greater than 1, only then PMT, which is previous marker time, is marker dot key minus 1 time. Otherwise it will be 0, which is the first case. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Tag is the comment, T is time. Then I did some position definitions. In this video right here, what I did is I used 3 nulls so that I could dynamically change even the position where the camera is going. But here I've simplified it a little bit, because I know I want to just move the canvas either left, right, up, left, down, right, whatever. So I've just put values here, and they are hard-coded, but they're not exactly hard-coded, because if I do this, if I change the composition here, let me just show you. If I was to change this to, let's say, 1920 1080, this approach of this being the base, of course, that is, the elements are a little off, but this camera movement will still work, because the way we've hard-coded these position values is using composition parameters and not like 1080 1920. Don't do that ever. So there is a function which gives us the previous marker position, which is if m is greater than 1, only then you go into all this, else you retain. This is the same as the Mogrt one. The thing I discovered with the help of ChatGPT is, like earlier I did this and the code wasn't running, is that the function, you want to define that function before you run this if condition. It's just how JavaScript works. Sometimes you need to have the function defined first, because in this you are calling the function, right? Technically it should just work, but it doesn't. Like it's a bit weird with After Effects expressions. That's one thing. Then if m is greater than 1, you go position is 0 0, you initialize the position to default. If com is b, if the comment is base, position is position b, which is all these I've defined here. Okay, this is just returning the position of the previous marker, else transform position value. Then this is the meat of the code, which is, I just so dislike how After Effects expressions, like the interface works. Anyway, so if tag is b, if time is greater than previous marker time and less than cmt current marker time, then you retain the previous marker's position, whatever it is. Else you ease from previous marker to position b for, in the case of b, position ul for ul. It's pretty straightforward that way. And then we return a result. It's not exactly needed, but it's good practice. So that's how this code works. We've hit 10 minutes and I think I'm going to wrap this session here. So these 3 little things were worth documenting today. And that's it. I'm gonna try and incorporate, especially I have to make a script for this part where the camera is moving, because still a lot of manual things, like I have to manually enter the marker and then type in B or U, L or stuff like that. So I need a script where you press a button, it's gonna be like those 4 quadrants thing, and automatically that marker with that string gets added onto the layer, so then that hassle also goes away. That would be very nice to work with. And also these compositions, okay, that depends on the workflow, we can do that later as well. So that's it for today's documentation. Thanks so much for being in the call. I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.